What up guys, your boy Jose, and this video is going to be about pernicious anemia. Squad. Now, a common misconception that a lot of nursing students is they relate pernicious anemia related to lack of B12. It's not because of that. There's a lack of B12, but the main reason is the lack of intrinsic factor. That's what you need to know, bro. Fact though, that could be an NCLEX question. If they ask you something between B12 or intrinsic factor, it's going to be intrinsic factor, because you could have a good amount of B12, but if you don't have that intrinsic factor, it's not going to be absorbed. Now know that the intrinsic factor is going to be absorbed in your GI system, all up down there in your intestine and stuff like that. I mean, so you need to know that ish. That's a favorite NCLEX question. B12 is an important factor related to blood production. That's why you're going to get B12 anemia, which is pernicious anemia related to decreased intrinsic factor, because it's not being processed, it's not being absorbed. It's the sign and symptoms. B12 is responsible for red blood cell production. Know that you're going to have a decrease in red blood cell, and because of that you're going to have like a fatigue, because again, red blood cell, oxygen, energy, and that's a good thing. Now when you lack of oxygen, you're going to be tired, you're going to be fatigued, so the sign and symptoms will be fatigue. Other than that, you're going to have like decreased LOC. You're also going to have like muscle weakness, muscle numbness, because B12 also plays a part when it comes down to nerves. One hallmark sign to pernicious anemia is actually the tongue. What happens to the tongue is it's going to be swollen, it's going to be smooth, it's going to be bright red, it's going to be red. That's one thing that when it comes down to pernicious anemia, let me look at your tongue. Oh crap, son, something's up. A diagnostic test for pernicious anemia, there's two legit, like boom son, you got this, which is going to be a Schilling's or its metabolistic anemia profile. Now what's most common is actually the metabolistic anemia profile. The metabolistic anemia profile is legit. They're going to test you out, the next thing you know, they're going to see that all 4 blood compounds are going to be elevated. When it's elevated, most likely you have pernicious anemia. For the Schilling test, what you're going to get is a B12, but the B12 going to be radio opaque, so they can see it right away, and then afterward you're going to get an IM injection. After that, you're going to have a urine collection for 24 hours. After 24 hours, they're going to analyze your urine, and if they see B12 in your urine, it's a good thing. If it's not in your urine, it's a bad thing. Most likely you're digesting it and it's not being processed, meaning you pooped it out. Aside from that too, you know, the patient of course is going to get a CBC. 2, they're going to be a bone marrow exam, aspiration, biopsy, to just make sure and rule out and stuff like that. Boom. Intervention for pernicious anemia is pretty simple, but dietary, they're going to get like increased protein, increased iron, increased folic acid. But one thing you need to know is they'll have a lifetime of B12 IM. B12 IM, like for life, forever. That's what's going to happen to them. They're just going to have a life forever, throughout the whole life. A B12 injection for life. So you're going to tell the patient you're going to have B12 injection for life, but aside from that, you're good to go as long as you take your B12 injection. And that's a NCLEX question too. That's a ring-a-ding-ding, ding-ding-ding. And that's basically my review for pernicious anemia. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and peace.